Hello everyone, this is me George from Pageant, Empress, and today with me I have a very handsome and dashing finalist of the Mr. Vietnam 2024, Christopher Bew. So good morning to you.
Hi, good morning and good evening or good night to you over there.
Did you grow up in Vietnam or did you grow up in the US?
No, I actually grew up in Seattle. I grew up in the US. I was born and raised in Seattle my entire life.
Okay.
I guess my citizenship, my nationality, is American, so I grew up pretty American, but ethnically and culturally, I am Vietnamese.
In a lot of the international pageants, the introduction, I'm not sure if you have seen the video, it's quite funny, it's quite viral. So you have to say your name, age, and your country with a lot of enthusiasm.
I've not done any research on any of these pageants. No, I'm very new to
Okay.
the pageant game. Hello, everyone. My name is Bui Minbo Christopher. I'm from the U.S. And I am representing Vietnam.
10 questions. These are really good questions. So the first thing that comes in your mind, say it, okay? Okay, the first one, your favorite food.
Bun sale.
Second one, your favorite drink.
Water.
Your favorite place in Vietnam.
Phu Quoc.
Your favorite color.
Blue.
Your favorite
Yeah, I do.
hospital.
Manu Ginobili.
Your favorite singer.
I don't really know celebrities. I guess Min. My life is very simple. I don't really pay attention to a lot of noise. I just like focus on
Okay.
what's important. So I don't care about like celebrity stuff.
Do you watch movies?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah. I don't know any of the new movies out right now though. So
Okay. So any favorite movies that maybe it could be a classic, doesn't have to be recent.
probably Goodwill Hunting.
The last one, your favorite Vietnamese word.
Am. It's like when you're referring to like a girl, you just say am.
By the way, are you dating someone at the moment? Because I have tons of questions about you, like do you have a girlfriend and stuff like that. So I just
Oh
wondered.
yeah. No, I'm actually not currently dating anybody right now, unfortunately.
Okay, I mean that could be a good thing because people who watch this video, they probably would want to be a girlfriend or like looking for you as like the ultimate suitor. Because you said you play chess, basketball, doctor.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you're taking a lot of boxes actually that people look
Yeah,
for in their apartment.
yeah. It's just I think it's actually kind of hard, just because like it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because like yeah, I do a lot of things, but like to have been able to like do these things, like it does require like a lot of work and focus and determination. So like if someone were to like be my partner, like I do have to dedicate like a decent amount of time to do these things, and then in return, like I don't spend as much time with them, and that they might feel some type of way. So that's
Okay.
probably why it's like a little difficult for me. Yeah.
Is there any like special quality you look for in a partner? Do they have to be Vietnamese or like Asian?
I mean, like, yeah, I guess I would prefer Vietnamese, but like living in America, because America is such a melting pot of different like
Yes.
cultures and ethnicities. Like, I really don't have like a criteria for that. But of course, I think my mom would be like happier if she was Vietnamese. But my brother is married to like a Chinese person, and she doesn't care. So like, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good to hear. So like people watching this interview, he's single. So go to his CMs.
Oh
If you're
yeah.
single, message him. Out of all the places you have been to, which was your favorite place? And why was this your favorite place that you have traveled to so far?
Out of like the US or just like in the world?
And in general, it could be outside the US.
Oh, okay, that's a tough question because I like a lot of different places for a lot of different things. Singapore is like a good mix between the US and Asia because I do like a lot of like things about Asia. Um, but also there's a lot of things I like about the US, and then Singapore is just like in that middle ground because it's in Asia. There's a lot of Asian people, but they speak English as their national language. And unlike other parts of Asia where, some of the cities are quite dense and quite dirty as a result. Singapore is very clean. They drive cars just like in the US versus like the main mode of transportation in Asia are motorcycles, mopeds. And just it's overall very beautiful. I had very good memories there at Marina Bay Sands
Yeah.
and just like all the attractions. It was very alluring to me.
So 3 words to describe Christopher.
Simple. Like I
Okay.
said, like I think my life is pretty simple. I just focus on like three or four things. Hardworking, because I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of like because I'm so focused and I'm pretty goal oriented that like it's very easy for me to like focus on something and like work hard towards my goals. Um, and then I guess caring, just because like even though like I'm pretty focused on like my goals and what I need to achieve, like I still have to be there to take care of my family, and do everything for them as well.
How old are you, by the way? I forgot to ask your age.
I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
94? We're born in 94.
94. So I'll be 30 in November this year.
Which state?
14.
Okay, we are same week, I guess. November 18, 94. And I saw you by it says 94, but I just wanted to make sure, like, are we the same age, or like, you're a bit older than
yeah.
me? So I just want.
You're 94.
Yeah, November 18th, 1994.
18.
So about 4 days after. Yeah.
So is that still Scorpio?
Yeah, this is just going. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so I thought we might have a very similar energy that we're projecting. I get it. Yeah. Okay. What is one thing? It could be a quality, a hobby, or an interest about you that we will not know just by looking at you.
Okay. Well, I feel like everybody on social media already knows that I play basketball, so I can't say that. I used to like compete very heavily in chess. I used to compete growing up as a kid, ever since I was in primary school, and then like middle school, high school. High school, I went on. I was on the varsity team, our varsity chess team, in high school for all 4 years. I became varsity captain senior year, and we always made it to the national state championship. We never won though, which sucked because some of those.
But you still made it. You made it to the national competition, which is quite.
Oh yeah, we were. Our school was like probably like a top 3 or top 4 school in the state.
In the state,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's good. You grew up in the US, right? So do you often travel to Vietnam?
No, actually. Growing up, I actually grew up in like a predominantly white neighborhood, like Caucasian
Okay.
neighborhood. I think like it was maybe like 99 or 98% Caucasian. So I actually never speak Vietnamese outside of my household. And then like I go to school with like 0 Vietnamese people. So
Okay.
I actually didn't, so culturally, like I wasn't really like too Vietnamese, until I went back to go play basketball over there. Then I started to like be able to like get back into my roots. And that was like 3 years ago. And then since then, because I grew up in America and I don't speak Vietnamese outside the house, my Vietnamese is quite bad. But over the past 3 years, I just like was able to like improve it a lot. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you have been to Vietnam a couple of times. Let's say in the past 3 years, you have been there frequently. So what is the biggest culture shock that you found between US and Vietnam?
So actually, yeah, before 3 years, like I used to go back, but not as frequently. Like I would still go back to visit family. Yeah, because my mom's side of the family, like we are all over in America now, but my dad's side, some of his family is still there. So we would go back periodically to go see them.
Okay. So my question was, what was the biggest culture shock or difference you found between the US and Vietnam?
Well, I mean, like, because I've already been back a few times, I kind of already knew what to expect. Like, I think if I had not gone back before, the biggest culture shock for me would be probably the traffic. Just like people just like standing there and just waiting for the crosswalk. But I've been back, so I knew what to expect. Like, and I know like the prices for like all the street food and everything. So yeah, it wasn't too big of a culture shock. Maybe the biggest thing was when I went to go play basketball over there, I was really used to having like all the amenities that we have in the US. Like you could, even like the low end gyms in America, like you could go there and you have a basketball court, like an indoor basketball court, like with hardwood floors. You get an empty gym, you can go work on your game, you can get your reps up, you can get your shots up. But in Vietnam, like it's very hard to find a basketball court, let alone like an indoor basketball court. Really hard for me to adjust to like my usual basketball routine because just the country doesn't have the same amount of resources that America does.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's still a developing country, especially the Southeast Asian countries. It's not the same level as Western countries. So where about Vietnam did you travel? Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City? Which part? North or south?
Yeah, actually, it's really funny because like so when I played basketball over there, my team was actually based in Hanoi. We were Tulum, which is
Hanoi,
like
okay.
this, yeah, which is Hanoi. But I've actually never been there.
Oh, okay. So where did you travel when you were in Vietnam?
Yeah, so every time I go back to Vietnam, I always fly into Saigon. And then I
Okay.
usually stay in Saigon because it's, it's like the biggest city. It's like Bangkok.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then from there, we'll go to like Nha Trang, Da Nang, Phu Quoc, Hoi An, or yeah, any one of those places. And then also like go to Singapore, Taiwan, just like anywhere around in Asia as well.
Okay. I mean, I haven't been to Vietnam, but like, I have friends from Vietnam, and like, they were just saying like you should come, especially around like Ho Chi Minh City, the southern
Yeah,
part, which apparently is quite a big city. So yeah,
yeah,
hopefully. Did you like any
yeah. No,
street food?
you should definitely
Vietnamese
visit.
street?
No, uh, so I don't count calories or anything like that, but
Okay.
I am pretty conscientious about like what I eat. And then just from personal experience, like street food does not sit
Mhm.
well with me. Probably because I'm like American and
Yeah.
I'm like used to eating like American food, but like my stomach can't process street food.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. You're practically American, right? It's just like you look Asian, but you're just American. Yeah, which makes
Yeah,
sense. I mean, I
by
get the same comment.
nationality, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get the same comment usually, like when I'm traveling to Asia. Okay. So before joining the beauty pageant, you're a professional basketball player, right? So what made you decide to change your career from basketball to pageantry?
There's no like correct answer in life. So like for example, my parents, uh, even though we're American, they have
Okay.
very Asian culture. So I don't know if it's the same way in your household, but like for my family, uh, they everyone in my family has to be either like a doctor, a lawyer, or an
Okay.
engineer, right? So that's
Okay.
just like
Yeah.
so it's not just me. I have three other siblings. So my oldest brother is a lawyer. My second brother is an investment banker. I'm a doctor, and my younger sister graduated 2 years ago, and she went straight. She moved to New York and went straight to Wall Street to work as a financial analyst. So like that's like the career they wanted for all of us.
Right.
But at some point in my life, I had to think to myself because it's you only have one chance in life, right? You only have one life,
Um,
so I had to think to myself really hard and just consider like, okay, what like is this really what I want versus if this is what my parents want for me. Um, so that was the big decision already for me to like actually uh, I didn't like drop out of school. I was one quarter away from completing literally I was already in my last quarter of my
okay.
doctorate program. I had one more quarter left, like 8 weeks left. The VBA called me over. The basketball association called me
Okay.
over and they were like, we're starting the season. We want you over now. So then I was like, all right, bet. So then I just like I told them like I gotta go. So then I just dipped. Like and I didn't even finish my degree. And then I went to go play ball for a season. And then when I came back for the off season, that's when I finished my degree.
Okay, that's good then. So you
Yeah.
have graduated with a medical degree.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
professionally a doctor.
I've been practicing for like 3 years now. I went from like doctor, and then from there I went to professional like basketball. And
Right.
then when I was doing basketball, I was sort of doing like photo shoots and like commercials and stuff for the team and like some independent people outside as well. Um, so then when I came back to America, I pretty much did the same thing. I signed with a local like Seattle agency. So I got into modeling in the States as well. And I worked with like different brands and stuff. And then from there, because I sort of went from like basketball to modeling, then that makes it easier to pivot into like pageantry.
Quite curious because you said you had like no no prior experience or like knowledge about beauty pageants. So I just wanted
No.
like maybe someone like I don't know forced you to join pageants, or like maybe someone to like
Oh yeah.
fill the application form, which does happen sometimes when like some people don't really have an interest in pageantry. So I thought maybe like someone your uncle or like your cousins
Oh
just
no,
handed
I
in the
mean like
application.
I don't I yeah, I didn't know anything about it, but like I think just being in like the modeling world in America for a
Right.
few years now, it made it a lot easier to like understand pageants. Because like I don't know,
Okay.
if you asked me like 7, 8 years ago, like I probably wouldn't even do it because I was just like, this is weird. Like I don't I play
Right.
basketball. I don't do pageants, but yeah.
Okay. So, what is the biggest life lesson that you have learned from playing basketball over the years?
The biggest life lessons from basketball would be there's just no shortcuts in life, especially nowadays with social media. Man, I hate social media so much. Like you'll see guys, and all they do is like watch highlights on Instagram or YouTube, and they think that everybody thinks they're Steph Curry. Like I don't know if you know Steph, but like everybody thinks they're Steph. So like people don't even practice. They just go out, they play. They don't put in any of the hard work, anything that you need to do, but they think they can do whatever they see online, and they just like do some stupid stuff, man. And it drives me crazy because like nowadays, like kids just see highlights. No, they don't have any fundamentals. There's no proper footwork. There's no like triple threat. People don't do any of that. They're just looking for the next highlight. So yeah. So
Okay.
for me, growing up, like without social media, like we learned to like do things properly, do things right, and the only way that you can do that and be good at something is if you put in the time and effort uh, and to achieve your goals.
I would slightly disagree with you, especially in social media. Like I grew up with social media. I had like MySpace, I had Facebook. So like we did grow up with social media with the same age practically. So,
Yeah,
but I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, like especially kids
I still hate
nowadays.
it.
Oh, you still hate it before then?
Yeah,
Like I was
I
on
have social
almost every
media.
social media. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like because I do hate social media, but like the thing is like nowadays because social media is so ubiquitous that
Yes.
if you it's sort of like if you don't have it, then you're kind of left behind. So it's either like
Yeah.
you stay up to date with the times and you do have it and you stay relevant, or you just don't have it and then you're kind of just like left.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think especially because like the influencer, right? There's so much like impact that they have to done in any industry, with like acting, modeling, or even
Yeah.
I'm sure in basketball too. Like you get some people who have a lot of followers, maybe trying to
Yeah.
do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think
Yeah.
that social media has the kind of ruined? I wouldn't say ruined, but maybe it was a negative impact in sports in general. How do you feel about that?
I think social media has a negative impact in like the world as a whole. Yeah. But it's like
Okay.
but it's here, so like
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do about it, so we just have to try to like live with it and figure out a way to
Okay.
live with it. Yeah.
Okay, so how have you been in your preparation? So tell me about you have maybe like a coach or a mentor, someone who could just help you with the preparations for the upcoming pageant. So Mr. Vietnam.
Mm, I don't really have a coach or a mentor or anything like that. I kind of just asked my agency for some advice, and they helped me with some stuff. Like they helped me
Right.
like catwalk, and they told me
Mhm.
like kind of what to expect. You have like X, Y, or Z time to change or blah blah blah. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know. I'm kind of just there. Just do it. Like just be yourself, be authentic. Like try your best. It's not nothing much to it.
And were you in Vietnam? When did you come back? Because I thought you were still in Vietnam because I saw some promotional videos for the competition and you were there with like other
Uh,
contestants.
oh yeah, they shot that a while ago. I think they just uploaded though.
Yeah, it was
I
like
was back
yesterday. So,
like
hmm.
yeah, I was back at the like end of March, early April. Yeah.
Okay. You still don't know the final dates, right? So it has not been confirmed, the
No,
date
they
for the
haven't told me the
finals.
fun. Yeah, which is it's quite difficult too because then like
Okay.
after they tell me, then I have to like book airfare and stuff and like figure all that
Yeah.
stuff out. So
How were you as a kid?
as a kid, actually, like I was quite like chill. I think my mom would describe me as chill because like I know with like a lot of my other siblings, like they would be very particular about like, like the foods they ate or
Right.
like they wanted like to watch TV. Like I didn't really care what I ate. Like I was very easy. Like they say in Vietnam is like yay, and like I was very I could just eat whatever, so I wasn't like really a problem for my parents. And then like I was like always like out like playing sports or doing something with friends, so I don't like really cause any trouble or anything for my parents.
So you're like a model child because you see you also did chess at the side and also you did like medical, right? You went to do medicine, like to be a doctor. So it seems like you're the stereotypical Asian son that the Asian parents love. Yeah.
Yeah, I played violin growing up too. So
Wow.
yeah, I did
Yeah.
everything they
Yeah.
needed me to do.
which best describes you between earth, wind, fire, and water?
I just feel like my personality, I'm pretty chill. Like I don't know, I don't take life too seriously. I don't try too hard at anything really. Like every day you wake up is already a blessing that you're up, so you got to make the most out of it.
Is there any words or any quotes by anyone that you look up to?
Albert Einstein is
Okay.
insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. If something's not working for you, but you keep trying to do the same thing
Yeah.
without changing anything, then the result's going to be the same. So that's insanity.
I feel like a lot of people, especially the ones who don't really succeed in life, they keep making the same mistakes like again and again. They expect to win, let's say, competition or tournaments. So I get it. Yeah, I think there always needs to be some kind of improvement or growth as you compete.
Just in everyday life too, I don't know the statistic off the top of my head, but like Americans are pretty much overworked. I don't know if you're familiar with like American economy right now, but like interest rates are super high. Like it's super hard to buy a house because prices are pretty high. And then like wage stagnation is a real thing. There's inflation. Like everything is becoming more expensive. So, if you're just working whatever job and you're not making any significant changes or anything, then your situation is not going to change. So that's just another example of why that quote makes sense. Like it's insanity to just keep doing what you're doing if you know that what you're doing is not going to make you be successful.
Yeah, I think the same in the UK. Even though my family does have a house, they bought it about 12 years ago, but housing pricing is insane. It has gone more than double. How are people buying houses? I feel like I cannot afford it when I go back to London. It's too expensive.
They're not. Yeah. So and if you understand that, then you have to change it up.
Yeah, and I know you said that the American work culture is insane, but especially in the Western countries too, like except the US, like Canada, UK, Australia, it's also gone downhill. Especially,
I've actually never been to Europe before, so I can't speak for Europe. But
you need to travel.
I do want to go to Europe.
Yeah, you should, especially like France, countryside France. Paris is so dirty. I feel like if you don't like pollution, just don't go to Paris.
My bucket list is Switzerland.
Yeah, there's something about Switzerland. Maybe it's the algorithm. All my videos that I get on Instagram, YouTube is about Switzerland, not the city, like countryside, like beautiful mountains, the views. It looks stunning.
For me, it was like I watched that Korean drama, and then like I saw Switzerland. Crash Landing on You.
Oh yes, I've seen it.
Yeah. And there's like, dude, all of that was taken to Switzerland. I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. Like I need to go there like at least once in my life.
Same. Yeah, it looks just breathtaking, like heaven. Okay, so I know you don't follow celebrities. It could be anyone, a sports person, your family members, anyone. But who has been the most influential person in your life so far, and why?
Probably my dad. Just because like he's like, as a male, like you need like a manly figure in your life, and that was obviously my dad. And then he just like taught me basically like everything I know, and also like shaped me the way I am, for better or worse. But it is what it is. And then just it was just like he just like taught me literally everything, and also he kind of just like paved the path for us to like kind of like give us an option to do whatever we wanted in life, because like I told you, like my parents really try to funnel us into like doctor, lawyer, engineer, like into one way. But eventually when I like stepped out of the mold and like did something for myself, like, they didn't like approve of it. Like, I don't know if I didn't mention this before, but like my parents don't approve of me playing basketball like at all. And they don't approve.
I mean, it makes sense after you talk about your brothers, like you're the black sheep of the family. So it makes sense.
They don't like me playing basketball. They hate me modeling, and they definitely don't like me going back to Vietnam for pageants. So, but even though like they don't approve of it, my dad understood.
I mean, you have got so much things already done, like achievements. You said chess, basketball. Now you're doing competition, like beauty pageants. What has been your proudest achievement so far?
Yeah. Well, actually, on that note, for chess, like I probably should have taken it more seriously, but like because I was so busy like doing other stuff that like I couldn't really like go compete like nationally. Because like for example, like I would literally in high school I would have basketball practice right after school from like 3 to 5, then I would have to run to like drive to like the chess match from like 6 to 8 at like a different school. So it was very hectic. So, but I definitely prioritize basketball over chess. But chess is something I want to get back to.
You really should. I think it's really good for your brains. Like if the mindset really changes because you have to focus so much.
I mean, I still play online just like with random
okay,
people
so
on
you still do it.
and,
That's good.
yeah, and live chess, I'm just like not super like competitive about it. Like I used to like have like all the like the openings memorized and all the main lines and all the different variations. Like, you know, like for example, if like I was playing somebody and they played like king's pawn e4, I go c5.
Right.
And then we have like different Sicilian variations, like the dragon,
Yes.
Najdorf, and all that stuff. But like now, I'm just like whatever. I'm too chill to like deal with that.
Okay. You know what? I don't know if you know this, but there is a talent competition in the Mr. Supranational, the international one in Poland. So maybe you could do some kind of chess game, like make it more interactive, but like a fun chess game.
Oh, actually, yeah, I actually thought about that. Like, I think if I were to do like whatever, like the competition, like I would just do like blindfold chess. Like I would just like I would turn.
You can do it without like looking.
Yeah. To like a certain extent, yeah, because like it's just like, you know, A B C D and like 1 2 3 4. So like, you know, for let's say like for like the Rui Lopez, like it's a common opening. It's like e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. You know, you just annotate it like that, and then yeah, you just play.
Yeah, but that's quite crazy that you said like blindfolded. Like obviously, like looking at it, like I can do it. I can't do it if I'm not looking at the pieces. I'm not that good at chess to begin with. So,
I definitely have to think a lot more when I do it.
Okay.
I'm definitely out of like practice. I haven't done it for a while.
Okay.
But like back when I used to compete, like yeah, we would do it for fun. Like we would be sitting in math class and we would just like play each other.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, I would not expect that you'd be good at chess. I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype. Like, you're quite a good-looking guy, so I was thinking maybe like basketball. He probably does like sports. Like, that's his thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm like chess is my main board game, but like I also dabble in like I don't know, like Go. You know, Go. White and black, like 19x19 board. Getting my degree. Because like that, I actually had to work pretty hard for it. Like I know I put on like a pretty chill demeanor. But like when I get down to business, like I go to work.
Okay.
And for me, because like I would say like academically, I'm not like super talented academically. Like I'm like a pretty smart dude. But being smart is one thing, but like having the drive and having the passion is totally different. For example, like consider if you have a day job and you also have a side job, but this side job is something you hate doing it, then it becomes very difficult for you to do it, although you do have the capacity to do it. Like that's me for academics. Like I can do it, but I hate studying, dude. Like I hate sitting down. I hate like just like being in one spot, like memorizing all these things that I'll probably never use in the future. Like I can do it, but I would rather be doing something else. Scored high on my like standardized testing, like did everything I needed to do to be like a really high candidate, and was able to get my degree.
You're 29, right? You'll be 30 soon, same as me. Yep. So that's when you're 40 years old. Where do you see yourself? Like 10 years down the line in the future?
Oh, dude, I literally don't think that far ahead. I don't even
like,
know.
Don't you think maybe you'll live in like a really nice countryside in the US?
Probably want to like have like a wife and like 2 kids by then. That's like probably my only criteria. Yeah, like as to where I am living. I don't know. Maybe like Bellevue. I don't really see myself like living in Vietnam, just because like I'm pretty spoiled in that like I'm used to the Western culture. I don't drive mopeds, so like it's gonna be hard for me to live over in Asia. Like I drive a car.
I don't know if it is just in Hanoi. Like I've seen a lot of videos of Vietnam where people are driving a lot of like like I said, like motorcycles and bikes more than like vehicles. Like
they drive a lot. A lot of motorcycles. So like I don't really drive those things. Yeah.
Okay, that looks really crazy. I mean, I know there's some in Bangkok, but that it's like just traffic up like motorcycles. I've never seen that anywhere else. It's like so many people.
It's like 95 98% mopeds. And if you do
Right.
drive a car, then it would take you forever to get places because
Yeah.
like the car
The
is not
traffic.
as it's not as agile. Yeah, you can't just like go through traffic like that. So
You win the competition, right? So what is the first thing you're going to do with the title of Mr. Vietnam?
mm, probably tell my mom to see how she reacts.
You think she'll be more happy? Like, hopefully she will maybe like a little bit smile with you having a
No, she'll
stash.
probably smack me in the back of my head and be like, "Okay, now you're done. Like, go back to work." I assume that they would just like ask me to do like some interviews, like some photo shoots or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really know.
Okay. So if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would you tell the young Christopher?
I would tell them that like, yeah, your parents have your best interest, but they don't know everything. And I say that because like when our parents' generation was growing up in like the 70s and 80s, like the world was a lot different. Like you could be a lawyer or a doctor and like have like very prestigious reputation. You make a lot of money, but nowadays with the student debt crisis, U.S. national debt is like over $1 trillion. The increase of tuition is 3 times that the rate of inflation. And then just like wage stagnation, like it doesn't really make sense to invest that much time and money to becoming a lawyer, doctor, whatever. Like, yeah, you still make a lot of money, but nowadays with technology, social media, like artificial intelligence, Web3, there's a lot of other ways to make money. So
Yeah.
what they have as their best interest, and then what they want for you, uh, like like you have to take that with a grain of salt, and just kind of like navigate like how the world is now today, and try to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And also, the technology will be much more advanced. And I know you say you
Hmm.
hate social media, but also because social media will also develop a lot, so it will make
Right.
people
Yeah.
a lot closer. It's like this. Like this will not be happening if there was no social media. If there was Instagram,
Right.
I don't think we'll be doing this interview because you live in the US, I'm in Thailand, so that's like completely the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So
No. And
yeah, there will be a lot of
yeah.
changes.
I acknowledge that. Like, I understand. Like, I do hate social media, but it is like it does bring people together, and it does connect. So as much as I do
Yeah,
dislike it, like I still have it because
yeah.
of things like this. Like social media, like gives people opportunities, like to have interviews, to get your
Mhm.
image out there. Like, just imagine if I didn't have social media, then I would never have gone over um, to Mr. Vietnam, right? So like
Yeah.
it is necessary, but it just depends on how you use it, and like how like basically like you don't let it control you, like have control over it.
Absolutely. So, if you could talk, but I'm asking them questions. These are very typical pageant questions that I'm asking you.
Mhm.
So, if you think it's a bit crazy or like, yeah, I just want you to be like give the answer, whatever is coming first thing in your head. Okay. The next question to you is: if you could have an interview or talk to a person from history, living or dead, who would you like to have a chat with?
I would probably say like Warren Buffett. He's like the most successful investor in like all of human history, or arguably the most successful investor. And just like I would like to like pick his brain and just like see like how he thinks and how he does things, and like yeah, just like his viewpoints on life, because obviously he's a very successful person, very very like high net worth individual. So like
Yeah,
just being able to like learn from people like that, I think would be very beneficial to me, to my life.
60 contestant, right? So far, it's top 60 at Mr. Vietnam,
Yeah, top
and
60.
this they're quite dashing, good looking, great body, all of that. Why do you think you should be the next Mr. Vietnam over all those incredible contestants? Why do you think judges should select you as the ultimate winner?
Mm, well, I mean, like, I think to answer that question, we have to like consider like what criteria Mr. Vietnam, people like the judges are looking for. And obviously,
Right.
like, it's gonna have to be like looks, height, background. Um, I don't know what else they look for really. Oh, and like how you perform, I guess. So like
Yes,
things
on the
like
stage.
yeah, stage, like catwalk, how you do in photo shoots. If you do you pose well, do you carry yourself with like a high amount of like integrity? And I think like I do check off most of those boxes. Like I don't think I'm like the most ugly looking dude. I'm like moderately tall. And then like my background is okay, I guess. Like I have like a degree, and I played like a sport. So I think it pretty much just comes down to like how I perform. like during the pageant.
Yeah, how you perform in the final. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah. I
finals.
mean, I think I have a pretty good chance, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like also, yeah. But like you said, there's a lot of very like
There's a
good,
lot.
like
I
strong.
was actually checking a lot like the profiles, like Instagram, and like they had their degrees and stuff. There's one guy, I forgot his name. Was it Oliver? I forgot. There's another guy. He's Albert. He's from Canada, and I think he's a dentist, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's also quite
he's
impressive.
yeah, he's younger than me. He's like 23. He just finished his undergrad, I believe, and he's he's going to study dentistry. But he did the same thing I did. He's deferred a year to
Oh, okay.
yeah, to go.
Yeah. I feel like you guys might be the top two because they're attending 3 international competition, and I feel that you are more suitable for Supra, which is they look for more like masculine, someone who's a bit athletic build. So I feel that they might send you for Mrs. International. So if you do win that competition, you have to go to Poland. How do you feel about going to a European country for the first time?
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. It might be wait, but if the Mr. Vietnam competition, like the final round will be in September though. So like Supra would be next year, right?
No, it's next month.
No, so I think there is a round next month, but the final round is in September.
Oh. No, I mean like the Mr. Supra is happening next month.
Yeah. But that's why I'm kind of confused because like Supra, I think Supra is happening next month, but Mr. Vietnam is not until September. Cool. So if you're saying I need to win that first, then I would have to wait until next year.
Unless like they're going to give you, let's say like they have 3 titles, right? Like I think Mr. Supra is happening. Supra is happening in July technically, but you have to fly next month in June. So maybe they will appoint someone, like give a title before the Mr. Vietnam, and like, send that guy to represent Vietnam at the Supernational competition. Maybe.
Oh.
They have done it previously.
It's kind of shipped out.
Yeah, it just makes it easier when I'm editing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
So my question was like, how do you feel like going to Poland or a European country that you never visited to explore the place?
I think it might be kind of cool, to be honest. Yeah, I do want to go to Europe at some point. But the hard thing is the world is such a big place, so like it's very hard to like just like go like pick where you want to go.
Is there any message you'd like to give to like, Vietnamese people watching this interview?
Mình cảm ơn mọi người đã xem cái video này và ủng hộ Chris tham gia thi đấu Mr. Vietnam. Come on.
And do you have any message in English for your supporters or anyone who's watching this interview? You could say that.
I'm Chris. I'm like Vietnamese. I'm competing for Mr. Vietnam. So if you're watching this, like, thanks for taking your time to watch this, and thanks for your support. If you do support me for Mr. Vietnam, and yeah, I'll try my best. So thanks.
The fans who's watching the interview, just keep supporting him on his social media, and just give him love and support for the Mr. Vietnam competition, which is happening, let's say around October, like September, October time. So yeah, I hope to see you at the Mr. Supernational competition as well. If they do have it.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. So we've come to the end of the interview. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you did enjoy our chat, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I will see you once again in the next video. So bye-bye.